basis.
I'm not asking for any further commentary or statements
I
on the issue.
I object to that.
And I intend to have you call the next witness. I just want to confirm with the state who is here this morning.
I object to that ruling, Your Honor.
Noted for the record.
Present this morning, Your Honor.
I would like legal finding of fact.
Good already.
Your Honor, consistent with the court's instruction yesterday afternoon, we have present Douglas Kohler, Detective Steve Guth, and Erika Patterson are here now and available.
Right, I expect you to call those first three before we get to any other person, not whatever order you want among the three, but those will be the three people called, and then we'll get to the next people according to the scheduling that I put in place yesterday.
I want to state for the record that I intend to appeal that judicial decision made about the motion to dismiss.
Noted for the record. All right, let's bring the jury out then.
Actually, we did address subject matter jurisdiction. It still has yet to be proven for the record, and I wanted to address the fact that with this, is it Kohler? Is that how you pronounce the name? Kohler?
We're going to continue with the witnesses. I addressed subject matter jurisdiction repeatedly. There's a written decision. I stand behind it. You have three witnesses that you subpoenaed. The state made arrangements for them to be here. Whatever order you want to call them in this morning is fine, but those three are here.
That's what I was trying to address right now. I was asking
Okay,
about
go ahead.
the name.
What do you want to address?
The Kohler. How do you pronounce the name? Kohler. I'm still
I don't know.
having
You'll have to ask the witness.
I'm still having trouble finding the file for that particular witness.
Oh, boo-hoo. You know what's funny about him is, what does he always say about, I accept in value, in return in value, something about these documents. I don't know, that same crap he always talks about. But the thing is, whenever they give him any kind of documents, he either rips them up, throws them in the garbage, says he didn't get them, you know, he won't write down anything. I mean, and yet he's going to try to find a way to make it the state's fault, the judge's fault, everybody's fault. Probably all the people he mowed over, it's going to be their fault too. It's the bailiff's fault. It's our fault. And today he's trying to find a paper. He can't find the paper, but that's none of our fault, is it? But he's going to go on and on about it, and well, let's just watch. Poor thing.
Yeah, call the jury in.
So I don't know how I'm supposed to.
Mr. Brooks, you were well advised. These are your witnesses that the state made arrangements. You knew who was going to be called. I put that on the record yesterday. So of those three, whatever order you want, but I'm not moving past those three.
I didn't say anything about moving past the three.
I know that. I just set the tone for today that we're going to keep moving.
Okay, I simply stated I'm not ready to ask that witness questions if I can't even find
I understand,
paperwork.
But that's you not having your paperwork's on you, not anybody else.
So what am I supposed to ask?
I can't answer that, sir.
Oh, you'll think of
That's a
something.
rush to judgment. You can't rush me to judgment when I'm notifying the court that I cannot find the record.
Well, you did very well yesterday without your file, so
I'm saying that particular witness.
I'll make a record. Yesterday you asked a question, hold on a second. Can you have them step back out? Just thinking.
That poor jury.
You said you did not have a file for one of the witnesses, and you did a fine job from my perspective. So
I did what?
You did a fine job.
Oh God, did he have to really make her repeat it? And then she did. Why did she have to say that? Why did she have to compliment him? In his papers, you know, he's always going to go back to the state, and you know, it's not fair. But then he expects them to do his work for him. He's ridiculous.
But they also provided me with one sheet for that particular witness at that time.
They did.
So I just went off.
We're lucky they did that.
How you're prepared or not is solely on you, sir. You've had all of this information. Now we're at the end of the third week of trial. These are your witnesses. I presume that you are prepared in whatever way that is.
How can I be prepared for? I'm not. So the witness is just supposed to get up there and just. I'm just like,
I'm not going to have this commentary. Okay, I'm done. The jury's coming out. Be prepared to call.
So that's a rush to judgment.
That is not a rush to
It
judgment.
is a rush to
Yes, I'm
judgment.
No, it's not.
The jury's
It's clearly a rush to judgment if I'm telling you that I don't have the
No,
file.
in
How am
my
I
opinion,
supposed-
you're attempting to delay. So
No,
let's
I'm not.
keep
I'm not
going.
attempting to delay nothing. You want to come check the boxes yourself?
Well, he's such a rude ass. Don't you just want to smack him around? I mean, come on. Come on. You know, just like say Kohler's that his name. He actually is pronouncing the witness's name correctly, and I've seen him do that a lot. But he'll also go back and not say it right. You know, like goof. I think he says goof today, but he'll say their names. A lot of times, I think he knows their names and he just chooses not to, or he uses it as a ploy again to waste time. But oh my gosh, he's just so. I still cannot fathom how somebody who did what he did doesn't, you know, he's unfazed by it, and he's just he's like in playing lawyer in his oversized suit. And let's just listen. He's making me sick.
You always trying to pull some fast maneuvers.
Mr. Brooks,
And Miss Judge, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, the jury's coming in.
Yeah,
Show
and
respect to
they
the
deserve
jury.
to know this too. It's still issues that need to get addressed.
My gosh.
We didn't even address everything.
Mr. Brooks,
That's
I addressed
right.
all of the issues.
No, I
You
still
know.
had another one that didn't have nothing to do with nothing we just talked about.
All
There
right.
was a whole nother issue that needed to be addressed that I needed to
And we'll
bring on
address
the
it
record to
later.
your attention.
We'll address it later.
It needs to get addressed now before we go any further
God.
because it's an important matter. Just like the subject matter jurisdiction is important, that hasn't been proven on the record.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Just
this
like
is
the
not
rest of the
the
judges.
time for evidence to be presented or arguments to be made by the
I
parties.
can't
The
even
jury
present
will
any evidence. You won't let me even put
disregard
any evidence in the record.
all of these
Which
statements.
is
Because he had no evidence. Okay, so he's going to go on and on. I'm just going to run through it to you. Maybe I'll play it someday for you. But he's going to go on and on until she has to dismiss the jury again. They have to take the long walk back down to wherever they came from. And it turns out, see, this is ironic now that we just did some videos on this not long ago. The interesting thing is that this important thing that he just had to stop everything for, very important, is to talk about, I think Detective Casey was up there and he was talking, he had seen his mother and there was a recording of Darrell at his mother's home. Excuse me. There's a recording of Darrell at his mom's home getting into the vehicle, the ominous red SUV. And Darrell wants to say that never happened. His mom said no police ever saw his mom, but we know that he is a liar. He lies about everything. He doesn't know the truth. But what it all came down to is she said, what is it? You want to subpoena your mom to call her in to testify? And yes, that was the so important thing that he needed to talk about. So there you go. It had nothing to do with his lost paper, but he just wanted to bring that up. And again, let's face it, it's to stall. But it's just like, how can somebody, and he thinks, the jury needs to know. I don't think the jury even cares anymore. They just want to know what the hell's wrong with him. Why is he eating up their time? So stupid.
I don't think it'd be necessary. He know what he did.
In any event,
He know what he didn't do.
we're going to bring the jury back out, and then I expect you to call a witness.
And just so I'm clear, because I was trying to get to that issue, what witnesses are here? Because I don't have any paperwork for Kohler. I don't know.
Douglas Kohler, Stephen Guth, and Erika Patterson. Of those three, I expect you to call one of those witnesses.
I set for value in return for value this document.
For the record, Judge, Attorney Whichow just handed to the defendant for his benefit the police report as it relates to the statement about the folders.
And he's claiming he does not have it.
Since I know that I don't have it. So let's make that record correct.
You don't have it with you in the courtroom is what you're saying.
I can't find it anywhere.
You've had it previously.
Yes, I had it at one point.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where'd you put it? Everybody's fault but
Ready to
his.
proceed forward, Mr. Brooks.
Yes.
All right, let's bring the jury out.
God, I wish you'd put the mask on. Oh, look at him. Glaring at the prosecution like they did something. He's pretty paranoid for somebody who's done all the awful things he's done. No, should be paranoid, shouldn't he? He's such a spoiled little shit. Seriously. Yes, please read that Bible. But and live by it as you think you do, but clearly you're not showing us that you do.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Mr. Brooks, just to make sure, don't block any of the microphones with anything. Both of those microphones should be on. I want to make sure that. Thank you. All right, go ahead, call your next witness.
Yeah, the defense calls Douglas J. Kohler.
All right.
Hmm.
You may step down. And you also are excused. Thank you for being here. You may call your next witness. Thank you, sir.
One second. If I may have just a quick second.
Go ahead.
No, it was never a quick second. And that infernal paper flapping and flipping through.
The defense will call Stephen Guth.
I believe one of my assistants went to retrieve Detective Guth, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And a legal reconsideration of that ruling, Your Honor.
Denied. Noted for the record. Next question, please.
I'm trying to figure out how something got pulled out of thin air. Interesting.
Or is it? Is it interesting? I don't think so. As many papers and documents as you've ditched, tossed on the floor, refused, pushed them off the desk, and a baby tantrum rant. Not surprising. You're just there for the drama. And right now he's questioning Erika for the second time. So he's trying to act, he's trying to show off for her. But I can tell you right now, and I will play that video at some point. Sorry for my hand getting there. I'm telling by the look on her face, she looks like she wants to hurl. So perhaps at one point, They were something, but you can tell. No, he does nothing for her now, as he shouldn't for her. Yuck. Don't you love how he just looks so
So
pompous?
it would be fair to say, Your Honor, I object to that. What does the letter read?
You have the letter, you showed it to me,
I
sir.
tried, yeah, and I've been trying to find it ever since I came back in here, and now all of a sudden I can't
And now
find it.
you're impugning, though, like, somehow you're impugning the integrity of this court,
No, I'm
the
not.
bailiffs of this state. You're accusing, frankly, everyone
Did I
of
point
moving
the
your
finger?
papers.
Did I point the finger at anyone? Did I say anyone did anything?
Not directly, but indirectly you did,
So
sir.
how can you make the assumption that I'm saying?
Can
that
I
I'm
please
pointing to
make the
something?
record without you interrupting
Yes, you may.
me?
Yes, you may. I apologize.
I appreciate that, thank you. But you made repeated comments, sir, about I can't find my documents, I don't know what happened, things of that nature. When you came back out, you took multiple minutes before you even asked your first question of Ms. Patterson. And if I need to, I will have a bailiff put on the record that no one touched your table.
Your Honor, did I say anyone touched my table? I didn't
You
say
implied it, sir.
But did I say that?
You stated it implicitly.
I never asked the bailiffs, hey, did any one of you touch my table? I
Oh,
never said that
you
to them.
definitely implied
I
it.
can't find my paper, which is the truth.
And the way that you said it,
accusatory.
and like, well, that's kind of interesting. I don't have a document that was just on my table. That is what you said.
That's what I said, but I did not point the finger at anyone.
Yeah, you did. You pointed at everybody.
Your Honor, with all respect,
no, you don't respect her.
If I came in and said, hey, one of you moved something off my table.
You might as well have said it.
That towards the state, or if I directed that towards the clerks or something like that, then that would be more validity to what you're saying.
I
No.
need to continue with the record, sir.
He's so proud of that word validity that he learned.
It's very apparent to me, sir, that every time, I can't say every time because that would be an absolute, but many times throughout this trial, and especially the last 2 days, when the court makes a ruling that you disagree with, or I want to make a record about some behavior of yours, or a further record about a ruling that you that was not in your favor, that you start peppering me with questions or comments, statements. You question me about the law. You ask, is it verified law? It is, from my perspective, a clear attempt to kind of turn us in a direction away from what we're doing, perhaps even to stall and to delay.
I'm sorry.
That's my perspective. That I'm making a rule. You're doing it again.
She doesn't feel that way. We all know it to be that way.
I did what you asked me to do, Your Honor.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did. You did. You asked me to give them my witness
Mr.
list.
Brooks,
I gave them my witness list. It's not my fault. It's not my fault they weren't going to be prepared.
Now that's a big fat lie, because I already played the video with him not being cooperative with him. He said he was not going to give them the witnesses in order because they didn't have to, which is, that's where he's so stupid, ignorant, and thinks he's pulling a fast one and being slick, but he's not. He's being an idiot. They put it down by the way he wrote it, but now he's going to argue that he's being rushed to judgment, and, you know, all his same old obnoxious stuff. The thing is, everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. There are many, I've known people, I don't want to say many, that would be exaggerating, but I have known people that lie so much that it becomes a part of their life. That's just, you know, I would be a terrible liar. I'd be blurting out stuff, and, you know, but I think it just comes naturally to them, but it's just like, it's so exhausting, and they always want to deflect and say it's everyone else's fault. Look at him. Look at his, oh my goodness, with his little tiny pencil that comes from the eyes inside of the pen. Look at it. It's just a little bit longer than a damn toothpick.
To
Mr.
do
Brooks,
their
here's the
to
deal.
do
The
their
jury's
cross.
coming out, and I'm gonna stand my ground on this.
I'm gonna
It-
stand my
it
ground
is-
too, but I'm
if
not
you
gonna
don't call
be disrespectful or disruptive.
If you
I'm just
don't-
stating.
Now see, another lie. I'm not going to be disrespectful and disruptive. Please. That's all you are. Dear God.
I want it to be fair.
When the jury
Fair?
comes back out, I'm releasing her from the subpoena.
You can't do that.
For
Law-
your
where's
lack
the
of
lawful law?
cooperation.
Where's
Oh,
the
lawful law,
I
your
have the right
ass.
to
You have to
witnesses,
cooperate with this
Yeah.
process,
but I
sir.
also have the Sixth Amendment right.
We have a witness
Yeah.
available for you to call. I can require you
It's not
to
the witness
call her
that
right
should have
now.
been called at this time, Your Honor.
It is based on the
nobody's
list that
mind
you
readers.
provided and
That
in
didn't
the
have a
order.
time. That didn't have a time or
I'm
No,
not
you're.
gonna play this
order.
game with you, sir.
It's not no game. That's what
It really is a game. He's going to act like he's going to be all dramatic about it, but it is a game. It's a game to delay. And, you know, he's going to pretend that it's not a game. But it is, because anything you do for him, he's going to turn it back on you. You know, he's one of the vilest, most disgusting, sickening, soulless Satans I've ever witnessed. And the fact that he just didn't plead guilty from the beginning and then just went on and just tried to slow this down as much as possible. It's just, you know, I just hope Bubba Boo is getting him good.
you don't
It
seem
is
to
a game
understand.
you. I believe that fully.
I don't care what you believe fully.
All right.
It's not a game.
We.
I don't take
I
this
have-
as a game.
Oh, shut
That's
up.
what
Let me
nobody.
explain this to you
That's what
once
nobody.
again.
You don't gotta explain nothing to me.
Because you
You
know it
want-
That's
all.
what you don't understand. You
You
think that
want
this
the
is a whole
opportunity
game
to
to me.
question?
This is not a game to me, Your Honor. Nothing about this is a joke.
I never
That's
said
what
it
y'all
was a
don't
joke.
understand.
But there's
And it's
some things in
unfair.
this ship
It's
that's going
unfair.
on.
And it's disrespectful to me that you
Aw.
think I would come in here purposely and treat this like a joke or a game.
I
You
never
have.
said it was a joke.
What type?
It is a joke.
What type of statement is that?
Oh, the truth.
Mr.
Your life is not on the line. Mine is.
And the Oscar goes to Demented Darrell. Despicable Darrell. And I saw earlier, I don't know if the cameras, if you saw it, but Lee's sons, Owen, the Owens or Owen, both of her sons are sitting there. I bet they are just like so disgusted, saying again and again, this miserable man is keeping us and all the other victims, you know, just dragging out to torture us further. It is a game to him. He might want to act like that it isn't, but it is. It's a big game for him because he doesn't care about anyone but him.
And you think that I think this is funny?
I don't think it's funny.
I do think it's
whatsoever.
funny.
All right, let's take up the issue of the letter and the photographs and your offer of proof, sir, if you have one.
I don't need no offer of proof.
We don't need no offer of proof
I'll ask
now.
you a second time. Do you have an offer of proof to
Go
provide,
past all
sir?
that. Go past all that. I don't need to ask him questions.
Oh, look at him. Look at him looking up.
Too much of a problem.
Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, it really is a problem. Look at him, though. He's looking up like a defeated child. He went to timeout, which he calls, of course. You know. Anyhow, he comes back. He's mad because he didn't get his way. So he's going to look, oh, it's just too much trouble. Well, it's not that so much as he doesn't have anything. Of course he doesn't have anything. So now we're just going to be, he's going to pout and stick his head up in the air and look like a damn fool once again. And keep saying that she's holding him in contempt. and fart around with his papers. Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you for a third time. Do you have an offer of proof
I
related
just
to
said
the
no.
route?
I just said no. I just said that.
Oh, he got
All right, thank you.
nothing.
Then based upon there being no offer of proof, then my decision stands. As to the continuation of the examination of Ms. Patterson, I would like an offer of proof as to what you believe her probative and relevant testimony will be from this point forward.
I mean, I don't know how she's going to answer the rest of the questions. There's not that many questions left. I was almost done.
Sure, he was. Now, he was not. Liar.
What topics generally were you going to question her about?
What is up there that's giving him messages?
I guess I'll have to look in here because so much that happened since over the past hour and a half or so. I can tell you one thing. I don't intend to have too many more questions. I tell you that. I'm
Liar.
almost finished.
You
Nah.
need an offer of proof as to what you believe her testimony would be, meaning what topics? And are they topics that have not already been covered either through her direct examination from the state, your cross-examination, or already covered by your direct?
I don't remember her. What do you mean by related to her direct? Is that from the last time she testified?
From the first date that she testified and from today?
I don't
What
remember.
new topics
I
will
don't
you be?
remember everything she testified to the first time. It was 2 weeks ago.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Brooks, this is your opportunity to prevent relevant and probative evidence.
He remembers
But
what he
under
wants
906.11,
to
she's
remember.
already been questioned now twice by you. So what new topics do you intend to question her about when she comes back on the witness stand?
What do you mean by new topics?
Please. You know what she's
Topics
talking about.
that you haven't already covered.
What, to pursuant to the police report or something? Is that what you asked? I don't
I'm
understand.
asking you, I'll ask you once again, sir, give me an offer of proof as to what you believe your questioning will be as to Ms. Patterson going forward.
And you said related to topics, right?
You can just give me the topics, I think that's fair.
I wanted to ask questions about the police reports. That was the last few questions. That's why I'm saying it was only.
Is it a statement that she wrote?
I don't know if it's a statement that she wrote in here. Possibly it is.
Do you see a written statement?
Come
with
on,
her
he would
signature?
I
remember.
have to go through all the paperwork.
Is there a written statement from Ms. Patterson? It's my understanding Detective Guth spoke to her on both occasions, is that right?
Yes, with Detective Barrett with him on the first occasion.
Look at Zach trying to be helpful. Or maybe he's just trying to get him the hell out of there. Either way.
Previously provided with discovery?
What I want to know is how the hell could his paperwork that he constantly is supposed to be getting in order the entire time, he has the entire time in his cell. I believe he can take the banker's boxes with him. How the hell can he not find anything? And because all that's happened in the past hour, okay, he just got sent to the other room. How did the papers get in disarray? Well, they probably didn't get in disarray. It's because there really are no papers other than maybe the police report that he's already questioned her on. He's questioned her over and over again. The same, well, none of the questions really were relative to the case at all, but it's just like, gosh, how can one be so thick in the head?
What about the police report, sir, do you want to question her about so I know with specificity?
Look at him digging through.
Oh, I'm looking at it now.
I know that guy sitting behind him. You all, I've heard you all. I believe you all have talked about him in the comment section. Could one of you all type his correct name for his
How many
YouTube channel?
officers did reports? Because it seemed like it's more than just 2.
Sorry about that. Yes, the guy, from what I understand, he's somebody who's a huge supporter of Darrell. I've heard his name, but I've tried to look him up, so I think I may not have got the correct pronunciation or spelling of his name. If one of y'all would, if you're sure and you've watched his channel before, I would just be curious to check him out, because I hear he was a huge supporter of Brooks, which is interesting. I mean, once you hear all the evidence, it's hard to believe that someone would be. But then, hey, that's just me. But thank you. Okay, here we go. Come on, come on.
This paperwork is more than 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Brooks is referring to, I can maybe help him try and explain, but
Sure.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Zach is helpful, but at the same time, he's probably saying, let's get him the hell out of here and get the show on the road so we can convict his bony ass. He just said to the officer there, you didn't have to snatch it. I did not see any snatching of the paper. Wow. He's a piece of work.
Pages 2 and 3 out of 6 from Detective Barron's report under Waukesha Police Department incident number 21-047533. This is one of the 2 reports we've been talking about regarding the statements that Ms. Patterson gave to detectives on November 21st and then on November 22nd. This is the first statement.
Is that the officer you just said?
Yes.
And that's where you can say, oh, thank you for your help, but he
What
thinks
about that report
he's
you want to
entitled to help.
question this witness about?
The report is not in order, so.
I don't know why the hell it isn't in order.
I stated before, I would have to read it.
Mr. Brooks, I trust that you're prepared. These are your witnesses. So
Nah,
what
he's not a bit
questions-
prepared.
What about that report do you want to question Ms. Patterson on?
Oh,
Your
my.
Honor, I just stated 3 times, I would have to read a little bit of this.
You should have already read it, you fool.
Under my authority, under 90611, then, and given that this witness was initially called by the state, there was a full and fair opportunity for cross-examination by Mr. Brooks at that time, and they had ample time this morning to question her. I will declare that his questioning of her to be closed. I will bring the witness out on the witness stand and then we'll bring the jury out, and then I will simply ask the state if there are any questions, and then we'll move on from there.
Just so I understand what you mean by closed.
I'm not
Done.
allowing you to ask her any additional questions, given your full and fair
Oh, look, that guy
opportunity,
behind him is like, oh, the outrage.
which
Yeah, you
was
can
called
tell.
by the state, and
He's
given
definitely a
the
supporter.
opportunity
Wow.
you had this morning and your failure to identify for this court any probative and relevant information that you would
Interesting.
testify to about what's in that report.
How do I, first of all, the report isn't even in order. So I
Well,
would have to essentially read.
Well, you
at
don't
least
have,
some
no,
of it to ask the
Mr. Brooks,
question.
you
this is
fool. What are you talking about? I have to read. Why didn't he read it before all this? He had, oh my goodness, my cat's going to try to get in the middle of this. Come here, kitty. Oh, come here. He is saying, sorry, I moved my kitty from jumping up in the middle of everything. He's talking about he's got to read it. Like he didn't have time in his cell to read this stuff. See, he's wasting his time on useless questions just because he's nosy and he wants to terrorize Erika and control her and control everybody. It has nothing to do with the case. So that's why he's not prepared. He never asks questions that are relevant to the case. And so then he acts like, oh my goodness, it's all so unfair. His rights are taken away, and I guess his buddy behind him feels the same way. That's a shame.
witness, I expect that you will be prepared and you will not cause delay by any lack thereof. So I'm bringing the witness out, the jury will come out, and you will not have another opportunity to ask any additional
Oh,
questions
dear.
unless the state asks
The jig is
questions
up,
on
Darrell.
cross-examination.
So what is we bringing the witness out for?
I
then,
have
if
to do
can't?
that in front of the jury.
Yeah, if you read the paper she gave you, you would have understood.
I object to that ruling too.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lawful law, why?
Your objection is noted for the record. If you start interrupting me when the jury comes out or make any commentary, You will be removed to the other courtroom and that's,
So I'm being held in contempt again?
Oh, stop it, you
no,
idiot.
it's not contempt, sir. It's a finding under
I wish he'd
Illinois
quit
versus
saying that.
Dillon. It's a warning that you will forfeit your
So
right
I might
to
as
be
well just, I might as
present.
well have just
No
stayed over
such
there.
contempt finding.
I might as well have just stayed over there then if I was
Mr.
gonna
Yeah,
be
Brooks,
really,
held
he
in
should have.
that decision
I have to
is
agree with him on that
for
one.
you alone to make, and it is based
Put
on
your
your
arm
conduct.
down. It just
You're
shows
gonna
that
Take
big.
me over there. Just take me over there because I'm not finna get held in contempt for nothing.
I have not held you in contempt.
You did.
You're
You're
in this-
attempting to hold me in contempt.
Oh,
what
shut
that
up.
is.
You're so annoying.
So is it civil or criminal? Why am I being
Mr.
held in
Brooks?
contempt?
Because you're a terrible human being, that's why.
I'm
That's
gonna
the-
keep
that's
you
the
in
whole-
here because
that's the
there's-
whole reason
you're
I
gonna need
didn't
to
wanna
call
come.
the next witness, and I'm gonna need
Your
to
Honor.
bring you over in any event.
Come on,
That's
get
the
your
whole
papers in
reason why I
order.
didn't wanna
Get your
come over
papers
here,
in order.
because you was gonna find a reason to hold me in contempt.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
finding a
no.
reason
No, you
that it's
present
not contempt, but I find a
plenty of
reason to
opportunities for
remove
her to
based upon
move
your
you.
disruptive
Well, then
outbursts
remove me if
and
that's
your-
what you want to do. Remove me.
I don't wanna do it, sir. I want
Obviously
you
you
in
do.
this courtroom.
Obviously you do. You brought it up before we can even get to.
All right, Mr. Brooks has forfeited his right to be present in this courtroom.
Good,
for
let
the
him out.
remainder
Take him
of
and let him
this
take
witness.
his and his papers.
Even
So
though
did
it will
I
be
did I
short,
actually forfeit that right?
you have forfeited your right to
Yes,
be present.
because you didn't answer. And
How did
I forfeit
you're acting
that
the
right?
fool because you're acting like an idiot.
We're going off the record so that he can be removed to the other courtroom and he can call his next witness after we complete with Ms. Patterson and giving the state an opportunity from the neighboring courtroom. And once you can promise to this court that you will abide by the rules of decorum and civility, and if you're willing to conduct yourself consistently within that, then I will allow you to come back over.
So why am I being held in contempt now?
I'm not holding you in contempt.
Then what did I do?
All right, I'm gonna step off. You've interrupted repeatedly. I'm gonna step off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't hear him. Oh no, he's not doing his. Okay, folks. So there's that. I mean, there were other things, of course, in there, like him, doing his theatrical experience, that his life is on the line. But this crap with his papers is so annoying because he can, when he wants to, he can get them together. But then all of a sudden, they're all out of order, and he pretends he doesn't know people's names. He just, anything to stall. I just would love to just dump out those papers and stomp on them and rip them, and well, I don't know, that's pretty childish. But anyhow, that's it. Another episode of Darrell and his foolish shenanigans. Well, hopefully I'll get this up by this afternoon or this evening for y'all to view. And it's Saturday, well, it's early Saturday afternoon, so we are officially into Memorial Weekend, and just want to remember those who have served and thank them, well, from my heart. And even though it is Memorial Day, I still thank those of you who are continuing to serve in the military. It's very, I feel very proud and honored of you all. And I hope you all have a safe weekend. Get outside, get some air, sunshine. Be careful. Remember, I love you. Thank you all so much for those of you who have just subscribed and are watching, and those who have subscribed already and continue to watch. I never know what's going to happen. I'll probably go through a metamorphosis of going through a lot of different changes and trying to figure out what, which thing works best. But thank you nonetheless for being with me here on the way. And just remember, be kind to one another. Be kind to you. See you the next time.